That's all I want. Okay, sweet. So we are recording. So don't be awkward. All right, first things first, I want to talk to you guys about our targets for today. You know that we did some notes yesterday. If there are any notes or anything like that I need you guys to go back and finish up, I'm going to have you do that here in just a little bit. I just want to talk about these instructions first. So first of all, 2 targets for today. And you have some pretty basic targets to start and that you're going to work on identifying. But after that, we're going to jump immediately into the more difficult stuff, which is the analysis level. And that's really where we need to be, is with that more sophisticated level of thinking. So yesterday I talked to you guys about 2 questions that you need to answer whenever you're thinking about main ideas. And the first one is, who or what is this mostly about? That's your identification level target, identifying the topic. You're going to be doing a lot of that today. After that is where we're going to focus on those supporting details, because that's what I told you really was our focus. Was getting into the supporting details, looking for the stuff that showed the strongest support. So that's our second target for today, to analyze the passage for the focus by using the supporting details to answer the question, what is the author trying to tell me about this subject? You guys are going to need some materials for today. So the first thing that you need, and I'm actually just going to put this Post-it note up here so that you can see it. First thing that you need is in this blue folder. For those of you who are in my later classes, I have no idea where this is going to be. You might have to ask Mrs. Hoshi where she put it. So for everybody else who's here with me, you're going to get this from the blue folder. You need a main idea sheet. You are going to need either a pen or a pencil, some sort of writing utensil, a highlighter from the blue basket, and a colored pencil from the green basket. So we're going to take about a minute, and I want you to go get your materials, figure out what you need, and then we're going to go from there. And for you guys, I'm going to put your blue sheet just right, or your main idea sheet right here. And everything you need should be right here. All right, while we are waiting for everybody to kind of finish up with their materials, the first thing that I'm going to ask for you guys to do on your main idea sheet is fix something that I didn't get to fix. So I took this main idea practice stuff, and I don't know, you guys probably don't have any reason to know this, but for my students who are in my later classes, that's why I'm gone today. I'm doing a lot of textbook analysis work for the district, and I am actually using some of their materials with you guys so I can see how well they work and see whether or not it's worth it for the district to purchase these textbooks. And I have already gone through some of this stuff and fixed what I don't like about it, because the stuff that they were asking you to do on this is not what we are working on. So I wanted to modify it for what we are doing. And already I caught an error that I made in one of the sections. So I want everybody to go flip it onto the back and go find number 7. And where it says clearly explain the main idea, I want you to change this to the word topic. So some of these, I'm going to ask you to really focus on the whole main idea. That's question 1, who or what is this mostly about? And question 2, what is the author trying to tell me about the topic? For some of them, I'm only asking you for that identification of the topic. So be mindful of that when we get into this. So first things first, I want to read the directions for this, and I'll read them to you because I modified them. I changed them. So if there are any questions about that, please let me know after we get done. So the directions say, read each passage and ask yourself, 1, who or what is the paragraph about? And 2, what does the author say about that thing? Then you're going to write your answer in the summary box and then think of an appropriate title for the passage based on the main idea of the passage. So if we look right here at number 1, These are the two things you're being asked to do every single passage that you read. This one happens to be looking for the topic. Which question does that answer? 1 or 2? Okay, so 7th and 8th period, my 3rd period class is terrified of talking, just so you know. Like, they've been sneaking around the room. They're trying not to answer or ask any questions. They're all like mouthing things at me because they do not want to be on this recording. So just so you know, everybody's like using sign language with me. So what they just told me very, very quietly was that the topic relates only to question number 1, and that's it. So when we do this, it says summarize this paragraph in 1 sentence, be specific and clearly explain the topic. On this part for the box, all you're doing is answering question number 1 on this one. However, when you get to the title, that's actually numbers 1 and 2. Most titles give you a good main idea. Like anytime you read a newspaper article or a magazine article, most of the time they're going to give you both the topic and the focus. So when we do this one together, we're actually going to practice on that. Okay, so for the first one, we're going to read the passage together. Remember, on this, we are just looking to explain the topic when we finish out the sentence. It says, a penny for your thoughts. If it's a 1943 copper penny, it could be worth as much as $50,000. In 1943, most pennies were made out of steel since copper was needed for World War II. So the 1943 copper penny is ultra rare. Another rarity is the 1955 double die penny. These pennies were mistakenly double stamped, so they have overlapping dates and letters. If it's uncirculated, it'd easily fetch $25,000 at an auction. Now, that's a pretty penny. So, first question was, who or what is the paragraph about? Give me a 1-word response. This paragraph is about what? Just tell me.
Pennies.
Pennies. Very good. So, if you don't know how to spell the word pennies, go back into the passage. You'll find your hint right there. This paragraph is about pennies. And of course, here in the box, we are always writing using a complete sentence. So make sure that you finish out your thought and make sure that you have a period at the end of it so it actually is a complete sentence. Now, let's think for just a second about what the author wants us to know about pennies. What is the author trying to tell us about these pennies? What do you think?
They're rarity.
Okay, so talking about the fact that they're rare, what does that mean? Because when I think of rare, sometimes I think of food and I'm like steak, and then I'm thinking that it's bloody, but I'm pretty sure that that's not what they're talking about here. What do you think?
Hard to find.
Hard to find. Okay, so let's go through just here really quickly. And this, remember you guys, this is the analysis target that we talked about. You're using supporting details to figure out the focus. So this is what you got your highlighter for. I want you to take your highlighter and any place you find information that relates to their rarity, highlight it. So you're looking for pennies, you're looking for how they're rare.
Oh.
And I might say, okay, like the copper penny, that's probably pretty rare. I might also look for things about what they're worth. Because if they're talking about things that are rare, that also usually means that it's valuable. So take about, 30 seconds, go highlight some details. Try to finish up within about 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, for this part, you might have highlighted some of the same things or some different things compared to what I highlighted. So share with me just at least 2 things that you highlighted on yours. Go ahead and give me one.